tayo ng Math-aral. Sa Math, walang maiiwan. Math-sayang Math-aral tayo ng Math-tuto, upang ika'y umasenso. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina, 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 aral na tayo.
Good day, Batang MANDunong! Welcome to Project SOAR series of online academic reviews for Grade 10 Mathematics CLAID Learning Module, Quarter 4, Week 1. I am Teacher Sonia of Highway Hills Integrated School, your teacher in this session. Are you ready with your activity sheet or CLAID Learning Module for Week 1? If yes, let's call your home learning partner and we now start with our lesson. Today, I will introduce the first topic for the fourth quarter under statistics, and that lesson is illustrating measures of position for ungrouped data, quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. Objectives. At the end of the session, the students are expected to have been able to: first, illustrate the following measures of position for the ungrouped data, quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. Second, calculate the specified measure of position, example, 90th percentile of a set of data. Let us start our study of this module by first reviewing the concept of median, which is one of the concepts needed in the study of this module. Median is one of the measures of central tendency which has been discussed when you were in grade 7. What is a median? The median of a set of data is the middlemost number in the set. The median is also the number that is halfway into the set. The median is the middle value of the data set. So we have find the middle value in the set. First, negative 12, 9, negative 11, 13, negative 5, 11, and negative 7. To find the middle value of the given set, first, arrange the data in ascending order. So, pag sinabi natin ascending order, from lowest to highest. So, this number here is negative 12. So, we have negative 12, negative 11, negative 7, negative 5, 9, 11, and 13. At kung bibilangin natin, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, meron tayo 7 data. And 7 is an odd number. Since the median is the value in the middle position, so negative 5 is the middle position. Meron tayong tatlong data sa left side ng negative 5 at meron din tayong tatlong data sa right side ng negative 5. So, our middle value is negative 5. For number 2, we have 15, 20, 30, 25, 15, 35, 15, and 10. So, first, arrange the data in ascending order. So, we have 10, then 15. So, tatlong 15 yung nasa data natin. So, isusulat natin yung tatlong 15. So, 15, 15. Then, we have also dalawang 20. So, 20, 20, 25, 30, and 35. So, kung bibilangin natin, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 data. So, 9 is an odd number at ang ating middle value ay ang panglimang number. So, which is 20. Therefore, the middle value or the median is 20. For number 3, again, let us arrange the data set in ascending order. So we have 66, 72, 76, 81, 81, 81, 91, 92, 104, and 104. Okay, then bilangin natin kung ilang data meron. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So meron tayong 10 data. And then 10 is an even number. So magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang middle value. Okay. To find the median or the middle value will be calculated by taking the average of middle two numbers, which is the 5th and 6th numbers. The middle values are 81 plus 81 divided by 2. So we have 162 divided by 2 is 81. Therefore, the middle value is 81. For number 4, we have 60, 67, 55, 46, 89, 72, 69, 63, 75, 77, 82, and 72. And the least value here is 46. So, pag in-arrange natin, we have 46, 55, 60, 63, 67, 69, 72, 72, 75, 77, 82, and 89. And then, bilangin ulit natin kung ilang data meron tayo. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, we have 12 data. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ulit tayo ng dalawang middle values. Okay. So, pag meron tayong dalawang middle values, we have the 69 and 72, which is the 6th and 7th data. So, to get the middle value will be the average of the two numbers. So, we have 69 plus 72, then divide by 2. So, we have 141 divided by 2 is 70.5. Therefore, the middle value is 70.5. To formally start the discussion about measures of position, consider this example. Whenever your teacher asks your class to form a line according to your height, what is your position in relation to your classmates? You are the 4th tallest student in a group of 10. If you are the 4th tallest student, then 6 students are shorter than you. It also means that 60% of the students are shorter than you, and 3 students are taller than you. What if you are the 8th tallest student in a group of 10? How many percent of the students are shorter than you? There is 20% of the students, or 2 students are shorter than you. Now, let us proceed in our main discussion. In statistics, there are ways to figure out where a data point or set falls. These are called measures of position. Measures of position are various techniques that are used to divide the data into equal groups. These values tell us the position of the value in the data set relative to other values. There are 3 measures of positions. We have quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. Let us define first what is an ungrouped data and grouped data. Ungrouped data is defined as the data given as individual points, that is, values or numbers, such as 15, 63, 34, 20, 25, and so on. For group data, means the data or information given in the form of class intervals such as 1 to 20, 21 to 40, 41 to 60, and so on. What are quartiles? Quartiles are the score points which divide a distribution into 4 equal parts. Consider this rectangle represents the distribution or data that divides into 4 equal parts. Kaya sa bawat parts, meron 25%. We have the first quartile denoted as Q sub 1, the second quartile denoted as Q sub 2, and third quartile denoted as Q sub 3. 25% of the distribution are below the first quartile, 50% are below the second quartile, and 75% are below the third quartile. First quartile is called the lower quartile, and third quartile is the upper quartile. Second quartile is greater than first quartile but less than third quartile, where second quartile is nothing but the median. The difference between the third quartile and first quartile is the interquartile range. 25% of the data has a value that is less than or equal to first quartile. 50% of the data has a value that is less than or equal to second quartile. And 75% of the data has a value that is less than or equal to third quartile. Consider this example number 1. The scores of 70 students in mathematics quiz are 7, 4, 3, 6, 7, 4, and 8. Find the lower quartile, upper quartile, and the interquartile range of the data. So the first thing we are going to do is arrange the data in ascending order. So pag sinabi natin ascending order, from lowest to highest. Since the least value in the given data is 3, so we have 3. The next is 4. So dalawa yung 4, dalawang best din natin ilalagay. The next is 6. Then yung 7, meron tayong dalawang 7. So 2 times din natin ilalagay yung 7. Then 8. The least value is 3 and the greatest value is 8. Since the given data is 7, so the median or middle value in the data is 6. The lower quartile is the value that is between the middle value and the least value. So gitna ng 6 and 3, which is 4. So the lower quartile is 4. Then the median or the second quartile is the middle value, which is 6. And the upper quartile is between the middle value and the greatest value. So, gitna ng 6 and 8 is 7. So, the upper quartile is 7. For the interquartile range is get the difference between the third quartile and the first quartile. So, since the third quartile is 7, then the first quartile is 4. So, 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. Therefore, the interquartile range is 3. Example number 2. The final exam scores of 18 students are in increasing order. We have 24, 58, 61, 67, 71, 73, 76, 79, 82, 83, 85, 87, 88, 88, 92, 93, 94, and 97. Illustrate the position and find the lower quartile, the median, and the upper quartile using linear interpolation. Linear interpolation is the simplest method of getting values at positions in between the data points. To solve the lower quartile, here are the steps. Steps in finding the quartile of ungrouped data. First step, arrange the scores in ascending order. Since ang ating data ay nakasort out na from lowest to highest, so we are going to copy the given data. So we have the lowest score, which is 24, and the highest score is 97. Second step, locate the position of the score in the distribution using the formula. So we have the position of Q sub k is equal to k over 4 times the quantity of n plus 1 th. Our denominator here is 4 because quartiles are the score points which divide a distribution into 4 equal parts. Kaya 4 po yung denominator natin. Where n is the number of scores or observation, and k referring to what quartile is being asked in the problem. So our n is 18 because we have the 18 scores here, and k is 1 because we are looking for the first quartile. So we are going to substitute the value of n and k. So we have the position of first quartile is 1/4 times 18 plus 1. So our k here is 1 and the n is 18. Then the result, we have 1 over 4 times 19 is equal to 19 over 4 equals 4.75 or 4.75 scores or positions. The position of first quartile is 4.75 position or score, which lies between the 4th and 5th scores. The 4th score is 67 and the 5th score is 71. Since the result here is in decimal number, so interpolation is needed. So we have the third step. Interpolate the value to obtain the lower quartile. Okay, so this is our data, and again, the 4th score is 67 and the 5th score is 71. So the positions of the lower quartile is here. So here are the steps of interpolation. Step 1. Subtract the 4th data from the 5th data. Since the 4th data is 67 and the 5th data is 71. So we have 71 minus 67 is 4. For the second step, multiply the result by the decimal part obtained in the second step, the positions of first quartile, which is 4.75. So the decimal part here is 0.75. Okay, so we have 4, the result in step 1, times the decimal part of the second step, so we have 0.75. So 4.4 times 0.75 is 3. Step 3. Add the result in step 2 to the 4th or smaller number. Since the result here is 3, then we are going to add to the 4th data, which is 67. So we have 3 plus 67 is 70. Therefore, the actual value of first quartile is 70. So kung mapapansin nyo dito sa given data, ang between ng 67 and 71 ay nandito yung 70. Okay, so that is the actual value of first quartile. Find the median or second quartile. First step, arrange the scores in ascending order. So we have this data. The second step, locate the position of the score in the distribution using the formula. So in the second step, magbabago ang value ng ating k. Kasi ang hinahanap natin dito is second quartile. So we have k is equal to 2 and the value of n is the same, which is 18. So the position of second quartile is the value of k, which is 2 over 4. Then the value of n is 18. So we have 18 plus 1. So 2 over 4 times 19 equals 38 over 4 equals 9.5 or 9.5 positions. The position of second quartile is 9.5 position or score, which lies between the 9 and 10 scores. So, saan ba yung 9 and 10 scores natin sa data? So, start tayo sa first score, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So this is the 90 score and the 10 score. Since the given or the result is in decimal number, interpolation is needed. So we have the third step. Interpolate the value to obtain the second quartile. Okay, so the second quartile here is between the 9th and 10th score. Steps of interpolation. Step 1, subtract the 9th data from the 10th data. Since our 9th score is 82 and 10th score is 83. So we have 83 minus 82 equals 1. Step 2, multiply the result by the decimal part obtained in the second step, the position of second quartile, which is 9.5. So ang decimal dito is 0.5. So we have 1 times 0.5 equals 0.5. Step 3, add the result in step 2 to the 9th or smaller number. So our 9th score here is 82. So we're going to add the result in step 2. So we have 0.5 plus 82 equals 82.5. Therefore, the actual value of second quartile is 82.5. For letter C, find the upper quartile or the third quartile. So, we have the first step and the same data pa rin po tayo. And we have also the second step, the same formula. So, ang pagkakaiba lang nito yung value ng K. So, by this time, the value of K is 3. Dahil ang hinahanap natin is third quartile. Okay, so we have to substitute the value of N and K to our formula. So the position of the third quartile is 3 over 4 times the quantity of 18 plus 1. So we have 3 over 4 times 19 equals 57 over 4 equals 14.25 or the 14.25th score. The position of third quartile is 14.25th position or score, which lies between the 14th and 15th scores. So the 14th and 15th scores here is the 88 and 92. Since the result is in decimal number, so interpolation is needed. So we have the third step, interpolate the value to obtain the third quartile. So our 14 score is 88 and 15 score is 92. So the position of the upper quartile is between 14 and 15 scores. Steps of interpolation. Step 1, subtract the 14th data from the 15th data. So we have 92 minus 88 equals 4. Step 2, multiply the result by the decimal part obtained in the second step. So we have the 14.25, so the decimal part here is 0.25. So we are going to multiply 4, the result in step 1, to the result of the second step, which has 14 point, which is 0.25. So 4 times 0.25 is 1. Step 3, add the result in step 2 to the 14th or smaller number. Okay, so the 14th score here is 88. So we are going to add the result in step 2 and the 14th score. So we have 1 plus 88 equals 89. Therefore, the actual value of upper quartile or the third quartile is 89, which is 89 is between 88 and 92 scores. Let us proceed to deciles. What are deciles? Deciles are the 9 score values that divide a distribution into 10 equal parts. They are 9 in numbers, namely, first decile denoted as D sub 1, second decile denoted as D sub 2, third decile denoted as D sub 3, fourth decile denoted as fourth decile up to ninth decile denoted as D sub 9. The first decile, which is a point, has 10% of the observation below it. The second decile, which is a point, has 20% of the observation below it, and so on. It can be observed that D sub 5 or the fifth decile is also the median or the second quartile of the set of data. Deciles can be computed in the same way as quartiles are. Example number 3. Following are the scores of grade 9 students in a statistics class: 16, 19, 20, 17, 15, 24, 27, 23, 28. Find the third decile or D sub 3. Solution. Steps in finding the decile of ungrouped data. First step, arrange the scores in ascending order. So, the lowest score is 15 and the highest score is 28. So, here are the scores from lowest to highest. We have 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 23, 24, 27, and 28. Second step, locate the position of the score in the distribution using the formula. Position of D sub k is k over 10 times the quantity of n plus 1 th. By this time, our denominator is 10 dahil nasa decile na po tayo, and deciles are the 9 score values that divide a distribution into 10 equal parts. So, our k here is 3 dahil ang hinahanap natin is third decile. And the number of scores, we have 9. So, bilangin natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then, we are going to substitute the value of n and k to the formula. So, we have the position of third decile is 3 over 10 times the quantity of n plus 1. So, 3 over 10 times 10 is equal to 30 over 10 is 3. The third decile is the third score of the set of data. Okay, so ano yung third score natin sa given data? So we have the 15, the first data is 15, the second data is 16, and the third data is 17. So, therefore, the third decile is 17. Example number 4. Find the second decile of the given set of data. So, we have the data here, 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 18, 20, 21, 23, 26, 29, and 34. So, steps in finding the decile of ungrouped data. First step, arrange the scores in ascending order. Since ang given data ay nakaayos na from lowest to highest. So, kokopihin na lang natin. So, we have these numbers. Second step, locate the position of the scores in the distribution using the formula. So, ito yung gagamitin nating formula where k is equal to 2. Dahil ang hinahanap natin is second decile. And the number of scores, we have 12. So, bilangin natin yung number of scores. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, we have n is 12. So, the position of second decile is 2 over 10 times the quantity of 12 plus 1. So, yung 2, yun yung value ng K, at saka yung 12, yun yung value ng N. So, we have 2 over 10 times 13. So, we have 26 over 10 is 2.6. The position of the second decile is 2.6 score, which lies between the second and third scores. So, ano yung second and third scores natin sa data? So, the second data is 7 and the third data is 9. The third step, interpolate the value to obtain the second decile. Steps of interpolation. Step 1, subtract the second data from the third data. So, ang third data natin is 9 and the second data is 7. So, 9 minus 7 is 2. Step 2, multiply the result by the decimal part obtained in the second step. Position of second decile is 2.6. So, ang decimal point here is 0.6. So, i-multiply natin yung 0.6 sa result ng step 1, which is 2. So, 2 times 0.6 is 1.2. Third step, add the result in step 2 to the second or the smaller number. So, the result in step 2 is 1.2 and then i-add natin yung second score, which is 7. So, the result is 8.2. Therefore, the actual value of second decile is 8.2. So, here is the position of the second decile. Ngayon naman ay pag-usapan natin ang percentiles. What are percentiles? Percentiles are values that separate a set of data into 100 equal groups. We can use P sub 1, P sub 2, P sub 3, up to P sub 99 to represent percentile. It is used to describe the values according to the percentage below them. For example, first percentile separates the lowest 1% from the other 99%. The second percentile separates the lowest 2% from the other 98%. Below 10 percentile, we have the P sub 1, P sub 2, P sub 3, up to P sub 9. And between the P sub 10 and P sub 20, we have P sub 11, P sub 12, P sub 13, and up to P sub 19. The 10th percentile is equal to first decile. The 20th percentile is equal to second decile. The 30th percentile is equal to third decile. The 40th percentile is equal to fourth decile. The 50th percentile is equal to fifth decile. The 60th percentile is equal to sixth decile. The 70th percentile is equal to seventh decile. The 80th percentile is equal to 8th decile. And the 90th percentile is equal to 9th decile. The first quartile is equal to 25th percentile. And the second quartile is equal to 50th percentile. The second quartile, the fifth decile, and the 50th percentile has equal values. And the third quartile is equal to 75th percentile. Percentiles can be computed in the same way as deciles and quartiles. Same steps pa rin yung ating i-apply. First, arrange the values of the data in ascending order. Second, use the formula P sub k equals k over 100 times the quantity of m plus 1 th position of or score. Third, interpolate if necessary. Example number 4. The teacher gave an exam to 15 students. They obtained the following scores: 37, 44, 42, 28, 19, 24, 35, 20, 17, 23, 18, 21, 33, 41, and 29. Illustrate the position of 40th percentile and give the value. So the solutions: first step, arrange the score in ascending order. Since the lowest score here is 17 and the highest score is 44, so here are the scores that arrange from lowest to highest. Second step, locate the position of the score in the distribution using the formula. So we have the position of P sub k is k over 100 times n plus 1 th. So the value of k is 40 dahil ang hinahanap natin is 40th percentile. And the value of n is 15 dahil meron tayong 15 students, so meron din tayong 15 na scores. Okay, then substitute the value of 15 to n and 40 to k. So the position of 40th percentile is 40 over 100 times the quantity of 15 plus 1. We have 40 over 100 times 16. So 40 times 16 is 640 over 100. So that is 6.4. The 40th percentile is 6.4 score, which lies between the 6th and 7th scores. Kung titignan natin sa ating data, ang ating 6th score and 7th score is 23. So, start tayo sa 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So, ang 7th score natin is 24. Steps of interpolation. Step 1. Subtract the 6th data from the 7th data. So, 24 minus 23 equals 1. Second step, multiply the result by the decimal part obtained in the second step. So, the position of 40th percentile, the decimal part is 0.4. So, imumultiply natin yung 0.4 sa 1. So, we have 1 times 0.4 is equal to 0.4. Third step, add the result in step 2 to the 6th or the smaller number. Since our 6th score is 23, so 0.4 plus 23 equals 23.4. Therefore, the actual value of 40th percentile is 23.40. So, here is the position of the 40th percentile. Let us answer our activity in this lesson. Find the first quartile, fourth decile, and the 80th percentile, given the grades of 9 students in their mathematics class. We have 87, 84, 90, 78, 93, 94, 81, 85, and 96. To find the first quartile, first, we have to arrange the data in ascending order. So, ang lowest grade is 78 and the highest grade is 96. So, ito na yung nakaayos nating data. Second step, locate the position of the score in the distribution using this formula. So, the formula of the first quartile, we have Q sub 1 equals K over 4 times the quantity of n plus 1 th. Okay. So, our K here is 1 dahil ang hinahanap natin is first quartile and n is 9 dahil meron tayong 9 students and 9 grades. So, substitute in the formula we have the position of the first quartile is 1 over 4 times the quantity of 9 plus 1. So we have 1 over 4 times 10. Then 10 over 4 is equal to 2.5. The position of the first quartile is 2.5 score, which lies between the second and third score. So, ang second and third score natin dito is 81 and 84. Since the result is in decimal number, so interpolation is needed. So, ito yung steps of interpolation. Step 1, subtract the second data from the third data. Since ang third data natin is 84 minus the second data, which is 81, is equal to 3. Then the second step, multiply the result of the decimal obtained in the second step here. So, ang decimal number is 0.5. So, i-multiply natin yung result ng step 1 sa decimal number na 0.5. So, we have 3 times 0.5 equals 1.5. Then, step 3, i-add natin yung result ng step 2 sa second grade. So, which is 81. So, 1.5 plus 81 is equal to 82.5. Therefore, the actual value of first quartile is 82.50. For the fourth decile, since meron na tayong data na nakaayos from lowest to highest, so proceed na tayo sa second step. Since the second step is to locate the position of the score in the distribution. So, we are going to use this formula. So, since fourth decile ang hanapin natin, so we have d sub k is equal to k over 10 times the quantity of n plus 1. So, our k here is 4 and n is 9. Then, substitute in the formula. So, we have the position of fourth decile is 4 over 10 times the quantity of n plus 1 is equal to 4 over 10 times 10. So, we have the position of the fourth decile is 40 over 10 is equal to 4. The fourth decile is the fourth score of the set of data. So, ito yung fourth score, which is the 85. Since the result of the positions of the fourth decile is a whole number, hindi na natin kailangan mag-interpolate. So, therefore, the actual value of fourth decile is 85. For letter C, find the 80th percentile. Since naka-erase na yung ating data from lowest to highest, so proceed tayo sa second step, which is to locate the position of the score in the distribution. So, we are going to use this formula dahil ang hinahanap natin is percentile. Okay, so we have p sub k is equal to k over 100 times the quantity of m plus 1. So, our k here is 80 and n is 9. So, substitute natin sa formula. We have p sub 80 is equal to 80 over 100 times the quantity of m plus 1. So, we have 80 over 100 times 10. So, p sub 80 is equal to 800 over 100 is equal to 8. So, the 80th percentile is the 80 score of the set of data. So, ang 80 score natin dito is 94. Since the result in the positions of 80th percentile is a whole number, hindi na natin kailangan mag-interpolate. So, ang value ng 80th percentile is 94. Thank you for watching and happy learning.